Hey Broxah, glad to see you stream. In your video about toxicity, I was wondering if you found a difference in terms of fans/haters between NA and EU. Actually, this video about toxicity in the community is a pretty interesting topic for me to sit and discuss, I feel like, because a lot of people understood what I wanted to say with this video, but I think some people misunderstood a bit. The response from like half of the people that I saw commenting on Reddit or in the YouTube comments or wherever thought that the only reason I made this video was to make people stop flaming me individually and to stop criticism coming my way because of how much I was criticized in the previous year. I got a lot of criticism, and as I've mentioned many times, I think some of the criticism was fair, some of it was taking a bit too far. The entire purpose behind this toxicity video and the fact that I've been trying to highlight this toxicity in the community and how I think all of us in the community need to be better in the past year in general, if not even longer than that, is that I just think the community as a whole, the way our community functions, the way a lot of gaming communities and communities on the internet functions, it just gets a bit crazy, I feel like. Like in the pro player scene, that's one thing. Another thing is solo queue, like behavior on solo queue, behavior on social media, how everyone in the community treats each other. Because I don't think it's only pro players that are being targeted and that can be having a difficult time when playing solo queue, when official games happen, when streaming, whatever it may be. I think it's just something that's the case in general. I think so much negativity and toxicity runs through the community, and it has been the case for a lot of years. I think a lot of people are afraid to speak up about this because there's going to be a lot of backlash when you speak up, but I just decided to do it anyways because I feel like at some point someone has to speak up and have to try to fight back and try to get more people to see things from a different point of view and to get some, not necessarily positivity going, but just, create a community and an environment that is less toxic and obnoxious in a way. If not every single game, then every second game, there's one person that's just hard flaming everyone. Oftentimes when I'm losing, I'm not having a great time because, losing is one thing, but having a person just flame someone to the ground, like just permanently flame and whine the entire game is one thing. But then I also have to worry about this person's mental state and when and if this person, because this person gets so tilted and starts flaming everyone, is he gonna run it down as well? Like, is he actually just gonna buy Moby Boots and run it down? I had a Victor like this yesterday. I think our top laner died 1v1. And this Victor just went off on this poor top lane and just flamed him the entire game until 10 minutes in. He sold his item, bought Moby Boots and started running it down. Usually if you're winning in solo queue, everything becomes a little easier and people don't whine as much. But often in losses, regardless of elo, there's so many obnoxious things happening, obnoxious comments. And it's just not okay and it just shouldn't be accepted, I feel like. And I think the community as a whole at this point has just accepted, whether it's about in-game, whether it's about on social media or Reddit. Like some of the things I see people type to each other are completely mental. Like if we exclude me completely from the conversation, it's just insane how people treat each other in our community. And I think something has to change at one point because it simply can't be right. Like it feels really bad being part of a community where people just permanently hate on each other, and if you disagree with someone's opinion, you don't have to start trash talking him and flaming him and bullying him on the internet. If a pro player is having a bad game, you don't have to send them death threats and hate on them permanently and call them complete garbage. I think pro players generally don't mind feedback and criticism that's subjective, but when it's just pure hate and like just pure hate and toxicity, then it's just pointless, like it's not good for anyone. Without going way too much into detail more than what I've just done, there's just a lot of toxicity flowing in the community in general, and I think it's a problem, and I think it's a problem that should be looked at and something that should be changed. And again, I'm not sure exactly how to change this, like the way the community treats each other, the way the community functions. I'm not sure if people within the community even want it to change, or if it's just too accepted by now. As a community, we are very bad at shutting down all the toxicity. And that's what I mean when I say that I think it's being accepted. If I, by speaking up about it, can make, I don't know, a couple of hundred people think a bit more about their behavior and how they treat others on the internet, I feel like I've done my job. And obviously I hope that others are gonna chime in and help out and try to push a bit in the same direction. Things are never gonna change unless there's more strict ruling by Riot and Reddit. If what we need is more strict ruling, then we should have more strict ruling. That's the way that I look at it. Like, if that's how things are gonna become better and change, then you just get some strict ruling going. I couldn't really care less. I would be happy about that personally. Seems like a positive to me. The rules are perhaps a little bit too, what's the right word, lenient right now. And honestly, I do think that's the case. It's something I've thought of too. Like, there's just not that many rules in general. And I think it's kind of a problem. Obviously, it shouldn't be way too harsh and extreme in terms of rules, to the point where you have to be afraid of even typing anything, but I think tightening up the rules would be a positive for sure. I feel like as a streamer, you have a big responsibility, because you have a lot of viewers, a lot of fans who look up to you and who kinda idolize what you do in a way. So if you act a certain way, or if you play a certain way, many of your viewers will do the same thing and try to copy you to a certain extent. And therefore I think all influencers and streamers, pro players, have a really big responsibility to act like, you know, just be really good humans, act in the right way when communicating on the internet, be professional when in-game, because that way you set the right example for all your followers and for the people in the community. That's what I'm trying to do as well. I mean, I might not be perfect at it, there's always things I can do different, but I try to be as professional as possible and setting the right example for you guys. I think Noe and Akarin are doing a great job at that concern. Or you mean setting an example for their community? I think Noe is amazing at setting an example for his community. I mean, Noe is great. I love Noe for a lot of reasons, and his attitude, the way that he represents his community, how professional he is, and how great of a guy he is, definitely gets him a lot of bonus points in my book. I really respect Noe a lot for that. I think Noe is an amazing example. Okay, so we got a Cloud Drake, top Kyrgyzstan, we see Talia, she is gonna do her Crocs, still has Herald. Need to try to match her a bit until then, so she doesn't get a big Herald play off and crack an entire turret, but I need to base in a moment, and then Talia has a window to put the Herald down if she wants to. It's barely out of my range. Okay, that works. Run! Oh no. I didn't get her. It's kinda sad. 1.5 minute ult, won't have it for the Drake fight. Still wanna contest it though. Our Vayne is 9-1, so it should be pretty straightforward as long as we contest this Drake as a team. Almost low enough. Not in ult range. The Pantheon is coming from the left side. Boom! Quadra kill. Let's go. Oh, they surrendered. Great. Good game of League of Legends. Let's go. We take those.